Very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I'm going to have a webinar with you on moments of truth. This webinar is for NIBM Global. Moments of truth. You shake hand with somebody for the first time. It is a moment of truth. So, what is a moment of truth? Moment of truth, when it comes to marketing parlance, it is a moment when a customer interacts with a brand, a product or a service to form a change and impression about the particular brand, product or service. In short, the first 3 to 8 seconds when you see something, when you experience something, when you experience a brand, when you experience a product, when you see a new retail shop, that 3 to 8 seconds is called moment of truth. Psychology says a person makes impression about any entity in first 3 to 8 seconds, and that 3 to 8 seconds is very critical to form an impression, to form a perception about that particular brand, product, maybe a person as such. So this particular concept of moment of truth is very applicable to human beings also. But here I'm going to speak about the marketing aspect of moment of truth. Now, when we try to think more deeply as why customers leave a particular organization, we come to find that 1% of the people may become ailed and they die, and because of that they are not coming for repurchase. 9% move on to other products because of somebody else's recommendation. Again, 9% finds a cheaper product. 13% are dissatisfied with the product, and 68% go elsewhere because they find a better service elsewhere. So it is very important to retain a customer, because it is very difficult. It's 8 times more difficult to find a new customer than to retain a customer. So 4 important moments of truth have evolved over time, and let's begin with the first moment of truth. It was in 2005 that was coined by A.G. Lafley, Chairman and President and CEO of Procter & Gamble, who coined this particular word called first moment of truth. Now, it is, as I said before, the first 3 to 7 seconds after a shopper first encounters a product on a store shelf. These precious moments converts a browser into a buyer. Maybe you're casually browsing things and you become a buyer in the first 3 to 8 seconds, which is very critical, and it's known as the first moment of truth. This moment when you win or lose a sale. This moment aligns with the purchase phase in the consumer's decision journey. Now, how to win this first moment of truth? Packaging or product page content should be very impactful. If it is on a web browser that you're checking, the product page should be very impactful. That is the first moment of truth. If it is if you're going inside a shop, if you're going into a mall, you have seen a lot of visual tricks that is happening called visual merchandising, which I have already had a webinar elsewhere. So the visual merchandising is gaining so much of importance to lure this first 8 seconds or the first moment of truth. This visual extravaganza will make a really good impression about that particular brand or particular store. Consumers are close to purchase. We need to provide consumers like reasons or a clear reason for them to buy. Next is second moment of truth. This again was coined by CEO and President of Procter & Gamble, Lafley. And in this moment of truth, the consumers can actually fully experience your product. Did you deliver your brand promise is what they check for. In this moment, he or she is either satisfied or dissatisfied with your product. A happy or unhappy customer is made in this second moment of truth. This moment aligns with the post-purchase phase in the consumer decision journey, and the moment determines if the loyalty loop may be created. So this second moment of truth is after the purchase of the particular product. The first moment of truth was first 3 to 8 seconds. The second moment of truth is the after sales, like what happens post the purchase. The cognitive dissonance, the concept of cognitive dissonance, everything comes under this one. So how to win the second moment of truth? Create a truly wonderful product. Create a product of stern quality. Deliver what you have promised and never overpromise. And manage consumers' expectations. Consider providing how to use videos, guidelines, etc. so the consumers are satisfied of your product. And ensure that you have efficient customer care, including social media channels, and address the customer questions very efficiently and promptly. So this is how you win the second moment of truth. Now there is something known as zero moment of truth. Now this one was coined by Google, Jim LeConzie. Now Jim LeConzie was working for Google, and he is the person who has coined this particular new concept called zero moment of truth. This was of late. This happened of late. This is because the internet has changed the consumer behavior of people. There is often a research moment that has been included into the purchase decision behavior of consumers. This moment aligns with the active evaluation phase of the consumer decision journey. Now, I would like to give a small example. You are entering into, for example, a consumer who is requiring a mouthwash. Now he want to prevent a bad breath. Now so he thought that he will go to the shop and buy a mouthwash. So he's going to entering into the supermarket, and he's walking towards the mouthwash segment. When he walks towards the mouthwash segment, he finds a lot of products out there, and he's getting confused as which one to buy. And he suddenly takes his smartphone and tries to Google as which is the most effective, the best mouthwash in the market. And the consumer types this in the search engine and maybe Google or whatever, and an article suggests that the tongue scraper is the best solution to remove the bad odor. Now the entire concept of buying a product, the consumer decision making is being influenced by this particular internet, and the consumer decides to buy a tongue scraper and leaves the mouthwash aisle. Now this is dangerous. Now this is what is known as zero moment of truth. So in order to tackle the zero moment of truth, we need to have the brands need to have web content that the search engine optimized. Optimized search engine means there are some brands, for example, when you type that, for example, the best B schools or something, there might be some B school that comes on top. That is actually search engine optimized, which is actually optimized to come up first when you browse about them. Consider paid search as part of your marketing mix. Consider seeding your content to other websites or blogs to strengthen the online presence. So this is how you win the zero moment of truth. Now gone are those days. Now is the era of the ultimate or the third moment of truth. Now, this was coined by Brian Solis, the principal analyst at Altimeter Group, and it was defined by the shared customer experience or social media publishing. It is about what content the customers are writing about your brand on the social media platforms. Consumers' feedbacks or reactions towards a brand, product or service. That has been what is emphasized in the third moment of truth. Customer becomes brand advocates and give back a word of mouth, and that is what is being focused in the third moment of truth. How to win this third moment of truth? Create something worth sharing. CRM tactics to nudge someone to share. Be present in the various social medias where your customers connect, so that you are able to post there, you are able to see what they are posting, what discussions are happening, so that you can tweak in and give your suggestions to divert the connection, divert the opinions if the crowd is speaking against you. Listen to what your customers are sharing socially and participate in conversations as appropriate and as required. So these are the different moments of truth. So initially we spoke about the first moment of truth, which happens in the first 3 to 8 seconds, where the person forms an impression about that particular brand. Then we spoke about the second moment of truth, which focus on the after sales service. Then we spoke about the zero moment of truth coined by Google, which is about changing the search engine optimization, because people are becoming much more innovative, people are becoming much more knowledgeable, so that they start searching the internet for the products and the best products to buy. So the search engines are at times changing the consumer behavior, and that is what is being spoken in the zero moment of truth. And last is the ultimate, or the third moment of truth, which speaks about the what customers are speaking, what the customers are writing about your product, and that forms the ultimate moment of truth. So moment of truths are very important for a product to survive in the market. So let us make sure the moment of truths are effectively utilized for the success and the most effective use, most effective leverage of each and every brand. Thank you. I hope you will go and investigate a little more deeper into the moments of truth. This is Jitin Benedict for NIBM Global. Thanks again.